So the media is saying how this guy had 40 plus weapons and had thousands of rounds of ammunition. I'm a gun collector. I'm a gun enthusiast. I have a lot more than 40 guns, and I have a lot more than 1,000 rounds of ammo. And most every gun enthusiast in this country would tell you the same thing. See, that's the point of being a gun collector, is you collect guns. And 1,000 rounds of ammo is not a lot of ammo if you're an avid gun enthusiast like myself. In fact, if you want to take the CCW class in California, here in California, you have to shoot 500 rounds. That's basically what the course instructor tells you when you come to class. Bring 500 rounds of ammo. So when you buy a can of ammo in bulk, which is when it's the most affordable, it usually is 1,000 rounds in a can. The reason I'm talking about this is because you can see what they're trying to do. You can see what the left's trying to do right now. They're trying to make it sound like anybody who has more than 2 or 3 weapons, or more than a couple hundred rounds of ammo, or maybe even more than 50 rounds of ammo, is potentially a homicidal maniac. And they're going to try to come up with some rule, some law, some legislation that prohibits an honest person like myself from purchasing large amounts of ammunition or having more than a certain amount of firearms, because it's a restriction they're trying to put on it. See, one of the things they did recently when they were trying to get rid of firearms is they got rid of 22 ammo. It was impossible to find. Why is it impossible to find 22 ammo? Because that's the first round a kid shoots. When you're teaching your son or your daughter how to shoot, they shoot 22. And if they get rid of the 22 and you don't have the opportunity to teach your son or daughter to shoot, maybe they don't grow up to be gun enthusiasts, and they can get rid of all the gun owners and hopefully force their agenda on the rest of the population who doesn't give a damn about my gun rights. That's how they think. So you got to focus on this. He did have a lot of guns. He did have a lot of ammo, but just because someone has a lot of guns and ammo does not mean that they're going to use it to commit evil acts. The difference between him and a regular gun enthusiast is he is a homicidal maniac. He's a murderer. Okay? I know lots of gun owners, and none of them are murderers. Here's what I'm saying. Let's say you had 5 cats. I think that's way too many cats. I mean, I don't know why anybody needs 5 cats, okay? But is it my business to tell you how many cats you can have? No. If you want to have 5 cats, have 5 cats. Maybe you collect Beanie Babies, maybe you collect Hot Wheels, I don't care. I don't think it's my business to tell you how many things you could have in your home. And I'm telling you right now, what the government's trying to do, or what the left is trying to do, and I don't want to generalize the government as one, because I'm saying the left, the Democrats, the anti-gun agenda. They're trying to say, if you have a lot of ammo or a lot of firearms, you're a bad guy, or potentially could be a bad guy. And you watch, they're going to go out and try to put restrictions, how much ammo you can have in your possession, how much ammo you can buy at one time, how many guns any individual can own. And that's a restriction. And everybody says, what's the big deal about a restriction on firearms? Let me explain it to you this way. Okay, let's say I wanted to get rid of drunk driving deaths. How could I get rid of drunk driving deaths? Well, there's one way I know for sure would work. I just ban cars. If I ban cars, nobody could drive drunk, right? Nobody could drive drunk, nobody gets killed by a drunk driver. End of story. It actually, there's no way to really, it's a definitive solution, correct? I mean, it causes all kinds of problems. I didn't say it didn't, but it's a definitive solution to drunk driving, right, is to ban cars. People say, you can't ban cars altogether. It's ridiculous. Okay, then I'll just put a restriction on it. When do most people get drunk? It's not 12 noon, right? Maybe it is. If it is, you probably need to get some help. But most people get drunk 10 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning. They go out to the bars after work at 5 o'clock, right? So let's just say I'm going to ban cars from 3 p.m. until 7 in the morning. No cars on the road, period. Would it save lives? Absolutely. And it's not a ban. I'm not taking away your right. I'm just putting a restriction on it. Well, how do you think people who have never been convicted of drunk driving, who don't drive drunk, would feel about that ban? They'd be furious. They would be outraged. How are they going to get to and from? How are they going to go to concerts and to the movies and to pick up groceries and to go see their kids' sports activities? If they don't have a car, they're all going to walk? No, they'd be furious. Well, that's exactly what you do when you tell a gun owner, I'm not banning your gun. I'm just putting restrictions on when you can use it. And why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Just like in the drunk driving scenario, you're doing it because of some criminal. Some criminal did something wrong, and so you're punishing me, and I'm not a criminal, for something a criminal did wrong. It makes absolutely no sense.